Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Stuff and Such. Today we're working again on the 266 that we're rebuilding. One thing I thought I'd share with you is how to replace the throttle trigger. Unfortunately, it's not a hard job, it's just a kind of annoyingly long job. So let's get looking at her and we'll show you what's going on. So right here, most of the work has actually been done. In order to change the throttle, it's kind of a slow process. You got to take all your mounts off your body, your crankcase, and then just drop it out at the bottom. With doing that, you need to disconnect your fuel line, your throttle if it's still useful. Problem that usually occurs is that while you're doing this job is that you'll often strip your buffers. They'll snap off or shear off. So be sure to pick up a few buffers in advance to make sure you have those parts. Usually, what do we got here? We got two big ones on the front. Make sure you have them. Four small ones. Sorry. So buffer, 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 big, big, small, 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 small. So in order to get at your fuel throttle here, sorry about the lighting guys, I can't really help it, just the way the lighting is here, is typically, so there'd be a buffer right here, like so. So you unscrew your buffers. This one probably seized in. Yeah. So there's little notches in them. There is probably a tool, but who has tools kicking around? Will file work? Yeah, it'll work. There we go. So you have to take both of them off. And then you need a push rod of sorts, and you're pushing out the center post. Right here is a spring. That's often what breaks, is that spring, and that's how your throttle goes in. There's that spring there. So there's a little hook on the spring that goes like so, and then loops around there. When you're reinstalling it, it's a little more tricky. I'm just going to give this a quick clean up, so hang on. So when you're reinstalling, it's a little trickier. You need to wind this spring to the front, like my finger has here. So I'm holding the spring up on this finger, then you feed it down, and then you have to hold it with your thumb. Manage to get your shaft lined up perfect. Give it a little push with something until it's in the other side. You see it's not quite there yet. Alright. And that's that. Then we just go ahead and install our new buffers. This is actually a good time to replace all your buffers. I would recommend it. It's not a very expensive precaution, and it's one that should last for quite some time once you do it. So I got another pack here. These, if you let these buffers get too worn out and soft, what'll happen is you'll start to, if you get your saw jammed and you're really pulling and yanking, you'll get enough flex, you'll start popping off your little throttle wire that's somewhere. But anyways, that's kind of that. Alright guys, that'll hopefully help you have a little more idea what you're getting into. Everything else is fairly self-explanatory on how to take that off. For the most part. You have to take your recoil cover off. You have to take your brake cage or your chain brake off. And then once you're in there, there'll be a screw in here for the one buffer, one here, and one here. And then on the other side, you'll have one here, and one here. Then after that, basically, depending on if you have a newer one with the high tops, the taller cylinders, you can sometimes get away with taking, without having to take your handle off. Sometimes you don't. If you can't, there's just 4 screws, 2 there and 2 there. Anyways, hope these videos are helping you. Sometimes it's just nice to have a little visual about what you're getting into. If you're new to the channel, this isn't strictly a chainsaw channel by any means. We try to keep things pretty interesting around these parts. I got farm videos and logging videos and fishing videos and all sorts of good stuff. But anyways, thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you next one.